Hello my lovelies. Do you guys want to see some ColourPop? You know, some garden variety items? If you do, then stay tuned. Alrighty my wonderful lovelies, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel. So for today's video guys, I have with me the new ColourPop Garden Variety collection. What I decided to get was of course the palette, and then I got two of the lip oil and blush little sets they had at the time. Right now they are sold out of some of these items, but I'm hoping they'll get them back. Sometimes ColourPop does and sometimes they don't. Spoiler alert. I do have the blushes on, so I'm going to show them to you first and then we'll get into the palette since I already have the blushes on. The way the sets come, you can buy them singly, but like I said, right now I think they might be out of these, but just keep looking on ColourPop, and if you go through the Rakuten app, I put the link down there all the time. It's a little bit, it's not an affiliate link, but if you go on and sign up for Rakuten, you can use the link yourself too, and you can actually get people to sign up for the link, and then you get like spending points or cash, whatever. So, you know, if you want, just saying, if you want to, you know, you can send me some points my way. Just saying, you don't have to. But when you use the Rakuten app to shop through ColourPop, Old Navy I think might be one, Sephora, I just use Sephora and ColourPop all the freaking time, and I get cash back. I just got a check for $34, so you know, I'll be putting it right back into Sephora probably again. But anyway, like I was saying, I use that to buy my ColourPop, and that's the only way. Ulta, that's another one. Every time I shop through any of the places, I use my Rakuten app. So, it used to be called eBay, now it's Rakuten. Anyway, getting back to these. These were, you can buy them $8 singly for the blush and the lip oil. The set was $15. They may have a set, I'm not sure anymore what they have, because you know, as soon as you get stuff, you get sold out. But the first set is called Urban Decay, and the blush and the set here, the blush is whole 9 yards, and the lip is local time. And the way they describe this one is a warm pink terracotta with the whole 9 yards, and then the local time is the same thing. It's the warm terracotta with the gold pearl for the lip. So the lip and the blush is basically the same description on both of these. So this is what they look like. I love the plastic compared to cardboard, and it's so pretty. Even the packaging, if you look at the packaging, it's raised and it's beautiful the way they have that. Even the back is raised. I think that is so pretty. I love the way they did that this time, and they are bunny certified, which means that it is cruelty free, and I think that is absolutely fabulous. I love the way I love ColourPop in general. The only thing I didn't like about ColourPop when I didn't find them till November. So if you've seen my ColourPop video back on my channel a few months ago, I have a crap ton of ColourPop because I became addicted to them, like I do everything makeup. And I do collect ColourPop. I collect a lot of brands. I collect Juno. I have everything by Juno. I have everything by Juvia's Place. Jeffree Star. I collect all his palettes. I don't collect all his lip colors. I don't collect highlighters and stuff like that, but I do collect his palettes. Saying that, I want to put this out there in the beginning of this video before we get any further. The question is out there about his new collection coming out. I will probably be getting the 2 palettes. I'm just letting you guys know that because I know that's been on my channel a little bit. Don't know whether I'll review them yet, but I probably will be getting them. I don't know whether I'll get them this time around. I do order from Beautylish when I order his products, but I'll get them eventually. I'm not going to be jumping off the diving board to go get them right away, but I will eventually get them because I do collect all his palettes. Just want to say that. Same thing with ColourPop. When they release stuff, I don't always get everything, but I do collect. I did not get the collection before this because it had a lot of glitter things in it, and I can't wear glitter, and I just didn't get it. The new thing they have out now with the Candyland, to me that just reminds, I mean, it's got some really pretty pastel colors in it, but to me it reminds me of, you know, when you go to the dollar store and you get those little palettes that the little kids can get in their little purses, and they're fake, where they can sit with their mommies and daddies and put on makeup. That's what that reminds me of. So, you know, things like that I just don't get. But for the most part, I do get a lot of ColourPop. So when this came out, I thought that's really pretty. I'm going to get that. A lot of their packaging is cardboard, and this one's plastic, and I really like that. And I like the design. It's raised as well, so I think that's really pretty. And this is what this color looks like, and I think it's very pretty. I like that it has a mirror in it, and that's what that looks like. And the way they describe this is it's buildable. So if you see like the way it looks when you first look at it. It's very pale, but if you keep building it up, it gets a little darker. So it's buildable, just like it says, it's buildable. And that's what I did on my face, and I will show you the other one. And then I have a little something about the lip oils, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah. So that is the Herb Appeal, and that is the color Whole 9 Yards. And then the new leaf, and it's the same look again. This one is actually described as warm pink with gold pearl. And they had three or four, I think that came out. And the same thing again. I think they look exactly the same. Let me double check though, just to make sure. No, they're different. So I didn't have them out side by side. This is what they look like. So they're different succulents, which I think is so pretty. I think they're so pretty. And this is what, oh, they look different too. Look, they're different. So they are different. Okay, awesome. Alrighty, so this is what this color looks like. I think it's really, really pretty as well. And the same thing again. You have to build it up. And just keep building and keep building and keep building. So what I did this morning is I took the Whole 9 Yards and I put that on. And the brush I actually used today to do that with was my Sigma. I took a hard stipple type brush. This is actually not even, it's meant for this one. Let's see, this one is meant for, I have to look because I never remember because I have so many freaking brushes. It's a buffer brush, so it's a little stiffer. But this is the F74 airbrush. I love this set. This is the set right here. I love this brush set. It's more expensive compared to my motor brushes, but I really, really like the set because I've been using my Becca foundation. I've been using, I'm religious about using this right here, which is the Dr. Jart BB. But when I use a foundation, let me show that to you, because I've been using this like every single day. Like camping, I use this, which we went camping this past weekend, and it rained all freaking weekend, but we had to go camping. But I've been using my Becca foundation because I got it in my BoxyCharm pop-up, and I really, 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 really like it. Really like it a whole lot. So I've been using that, and you use the brush with that. So I use that brush set. But this here, it's a little stiffer than my normal brush set. Like for instance, this is the one from Bling Brushes, and it's softer at the top. The one from Juno is, it's a little softer. And then the one that I use from my motor brush, I use the angle brush, and it's softer. This one is stiffer, so you can actually put it on and build it up more because you can stipple it kind of. I don't know how else to describe it, but I use that. So what I did, I used both of them, and the way that I did them is I used this one, sorry. I used this one first. So I used the Whole 9 Yards, and I put that on here. Let me bring you in a little bit. Now after camping, I'm kind of for the next day, so it just kind of shows you where I am today. But I used that, and then I used the brush. I used it twice. And then I actually used this as like a bronzer because it's kind of got that peachy look to it. That terracotta. So I used it as like a bronzer. So I used that up there, and I used it up here as a bronzer. I just think it looked really pretty as a bronzer. And I used to do that all the time. Before I knew what contouring was, I didn't use it as a contour on my nose, but I did that as a bronzer. But before I knew what contouring kind of was, I used blush as a contour, as a bronzer. And that's what I always used to do. So that's perfectly fine to do. You don't have to go out and buy a separate bronzer. Just get different color blushes. The same thing with my my concealers today. I just used I have two different Beccas. I have a linen and a cashmere. The linen's darker and the cashmere is later because I got cashmere first, and then I realized I needed a little bit darker. So I used cashmere for my my lighter contouring, whatever, highlighting color. I couldn't get it right. I used that today for my lighter colors, and then I'm trying a different, I know I'm going off subject because I do that a lot. I'm using my Giorgio Armani. I got like a little Sephora haul thing, and I got this in there. My friend Marissa sent me some things, and I got that in the box. So I'm using that today for my underneath my eyes. Everything else I use the lighter color, but I used that underneath my eyes, and it's kind of creasing up some. So it's definitely not, I'll show it to you, but it's definitely not my Pat McGrath, and I'll show you what it's doing, but it's creasing up. So I'm gonna try it a couple more times because there was quite a bit of distance between the time that I put on my eye creams to the time I actually put on makeup today. There was like a 4-hour time difference. See it? I don't know whether or not it's just because of the fact that, there it goes. No, maybe not. Anyway, you know how this camera does. It's just because my eyes might have dried out in between. I don't really know. But anyway, so the lip oils. These lip oils are a sheer wash of color, and they're just a lip oil. But this is what they look like, okay? I have them on. Juicy color. No. I was very disappointed in this. I'm going to show you first. We're going to show you this one here. And this is Local Time. This is the dark one, okay? Love the look. I think it's really, really pretty. And I have all their like lip oils, like almost all their lip oils over there. And their gel glosses and stuff like that. I'm putting a whole lot on here, on my hand. Just a whole lot, okay? I always do that. I put it on the wrong freaking side of my hand because I'm looking at it myself. I'm putting a lot on, like a lot. Do you see it? No? Yeah, I don't either. That's that. You can see where it's kind of sticky looking right there. But do you see any color? No? Really? Yeah, me either. It's barely there, right? And I put a lot on. This color right here, which is our Gen Zen. We'll put it right above it. Okay? Those are the two colors. I'm up close as I will get. Do you see any difference? No. No, there's not. There's not. Because there's no difference in color. So my suggestion would be just to pick one if you want to try them, because they're all going to be the same. All gonna be the same. So I was really disappointed in that. I think it might be fine as a gloss over top of another color, maybe. I don't know if it would highlight different, but yeah, I'm really disappointed in that. Not happy with that, but that's the way it goes. And for the highlighter, I am using, this is an old one by them. It's by SOL, Soul, I guess is what they call it. But this is one of their highlighters. It's huge, but it's soft pink. And it took me a while to get this one. They were sold out for the longest time on this one, but it's really, really pretty. It's also, you know, you build it up kind of thing, but it's so pretty. And that's what I have for the highlighter today. And my camera is playing tricks on me. It's not focusing. I hope it doesn't do this the whole entire time. Anyway, let's get in this palette. Let's get in this palette. Alright, so this is the palette. Gorgeous succulents on the outside. All raised. It's all raised. And it is so pretty. I love the packaging. I think the packaging is absolutely stunning. It sells for $20, which is amazing. Amazing for 12 shadows. Or is it 12 shadows? No, it's 15. 15 shadows. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I was thinking 12. There's 15 shadows in here, guys, for 20 bucks. You can't beat it. And there's matte, metallic, and super shocks. So let's see. Let's hope it's not broken, because I got in this weekend, I got in a certain box that had a palette that was broken. Also got in a boxy pop-up that had a broken palette, so I didn't have a very good look. Alright, so the packaging is the same. It's all raised. So pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love this. I think it's gorgeous. Let's see. It has a net weight of 17 grams. Ooh, okay, there is 2 shadows in here that looks kind of loose in the in the packaging. Beautiful. But this is what it looks like. And this one look a little loose. I'm just going to be careful, because I had my Sailor Moon that I was showing you guys, and it literally fell out. I had one of the shadows fall out. But those are absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness, they're beautiful. I don't know which one has the Super Shock. I don't really know which one. Oh my goodness, that's written so small. I don't know whether or not it's going to tell me which one's the Super Shock, and I might not know until I actually like feel them. But let me see if it shows me in the ingredient list which ones of these are the Super Shocks. It has a light on it. I didn't know that. Okay. I don't know if it's cool. Why is this not? I'm not even seeing the daggone thing. Isn't this awful? I hate having really bad vision. But you know, it's age. It's age. It says, you know, I wish it would say it like on the. And it may, but it's written so small, guys. I mean, literally. See how little it's written down there? And even with this little magnifying glass, I mean, I seriously can't even barely read it. So I don't really know which one's the Super Shock. So we're just going to have to look by doing swatches. And you know, if you've been here before, I am not a fan of swatches. I do them so you guys can see, but swatches look completely different on the eye than what they do on the arm, what they do on the hands, fingers. They look completely different. So because I show you a swatch does not mean that's the way it's going to be. Skin tone, skin texture, all mixed colors look completely different. So just because it might look one way on me does not mean it's going to look the same on you. Plus, I use different eyeshadow bases. I use my Gerard Cosmetics, and they just pre-released a white and a fair and I think a caramel. They released 3 different new ones, I think, 3 or 4, and I will have the white and the fair on order, and they come in mid-September, so I'm like so excited. So excited. But I use that, and I use my P. Louise, and I have multiple colors of P. Louise. But today I'm using my Ante'ja. I'm using her. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. And it's a pale, very pale color. So I'm going to, hopefully, we'll see how that works out. But it just looks completely different, so we never know how it's going to be. And I have very textured eyelids. They're very dry and very wrinkly. Very wrinkly. I'm very wrinkly today anyway, because I haven't drank any water. I've only drank that much of my water, and I have a mixture in there, but that's all I've drank. I'm just not being a good girl today. I was more interested in my snakes because they were shedding, and I'm just so excited because, you know, they're still tiny babies and they're shedding. All right, so but I'm gonna do the swatches. Oh, we got some loose pans, guys. Oh, okay. I'm gonna show you. Can you see? That's really loose. I'm gonna be extremely careful with these. All right, so I don't know. That one, they're all loose. That one's not. Okay. So yeah, we're having some major loose pans here. All right, so these are the first 4. I'm just going to show them to you with my fingers. It's just easier that way. I got another one on my finger. So that's the first 4. They're really pretty. They're really, really pretty. And if you've watched me before, you would know that some ColourPop I like, and some I do not like Sailor Moon. And I don't like their pastels. Their pastels, just like most pastels, you have to really work to get the colors. I'm more of a bright kind of color. I like the pinks. I like the purples. I like bright colors. So like in here, I'm seeing 4 or 5 that just jump out at me. If you see me, you know I do a lot of oranges. I'm trying not to do that, but I do see a couple jumping out at me. All right, I'm gonna dry my fingers off, and I'm gonna go to the next 4. Another more loose pan. This one's actually spinning as I touch it, so I'm definitely not gonna be able to hold that up. All right, these are the next 4. These are really pretty. They're swatching really nice. I'm just gonna use my other hand. Oh, there's one Super Shock. Okay, so Don't Leaf, which is just right here, is a Super Shock. And they're all loose, guys. They're all loose. All right, and there's the next 4. The Super Shock. Here we go. Very pretty. So far, thank God, no glitters. All right, and the last 4. Right, 1, 2. No, last 3. I'm sorry. But yeah, these are all really loose in the pan except for these last 3. Okay, these are the last 3. Right there. So you know these 2 are calling my name, right? Yeah. So we are going to give them a try. Let me just tell you how many things I got sitting over here waiting for me. When I came home from the camping trip, my son had sent me pictures of stuff that was coming in while we were gone. Stuff came Friday and Saturday. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 orders that came in over the weekend. Because I order and it just like all of a sudden comes at one time. And some are subscription boxes, obviously. I mean, you know, they are. Alright, so I am going to take my good old famous always use M18 by Moda, and this is just a crease brush that has a little bit of a tip to it. And I hope to God it's all coming in clear because, you know, my camera does stupid things to me all the time. And I'm going to start with this first color. I'm not going to tell you color names because to me it doesn't really matter because you see the colors I'm using. I'm just going to show them to you. You know, to me it doesn't make a difference what the name is. To me it makes a difference what the color is, not the name. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but to me it's, you know, what they are. And I'm just going to do one eye to save some time because, you know, I talk too much. I'm just going to put that right above my crease because I have hooded eyes. And we're just going to come up here and look, it looks orange. Imagine that. Of course I went right to that color. I tried different palettes that I got into different subscription boxes over the weekend. And I tried greens and blues. The palettes were eh. It was one I got in Ipsy and one I got in my Slay Glam box. So if you look at those last two videos, those were the two palettes I used. I don't even know the name brands. I don't remember. I didn't do looks on them, you know, didn't post them, didn't videotape them or anything. And I got makeup in my hair. But they weren't very good. They were hard to work with. Now the one wasn't as bad. That was the Slay Glam box one. It wasn't too bad. It was mostly shimmers, so it wasn't too bad. Alright, so what I do is I pack first before I blend. And then I blend up. This is a really pretty color. It's very terracotta looking, which is the theme of the blush. And I'm going to bring it out a little bit. And then I want to set this brush to the side. And I always do that. I don't put them back in the container. That way I know which brushes I use. That way I can clean them off when I'm done. Alright, and then I'm going to use, this is another Moda brush. And I think I'm going to use another Moda brush. Because, you know, I love my Moda brushes. And I try to stay as inexpensive as I can for you guys. Because I do have my bling brushes, and I have, you know, my Sigma and everything else. But I try to use my Moda brushes as much as I can because you can get them in Walmart and places like that. So they're more accessible. And I do try to use them as much as I possibly can for you guys. And my camera's going to stop, so then I'll turn it back on. This is, it's just called the Triad Eye. And it's the M27, and this one's different. It's got like a little bit of a slant and a little bit of a, almost like a crease kind of look. So if it comes in clear, I don't know why my camera is acting really bad. I've tried every possible setting. I've tried autofocus. I've tried, you know, to where it like it follows you, and no matter what I do, it just, one day it'll come in clear and the next day it won't. And like I said, without me having my glasses on, I really can't tell if it's coming in clear. So forgive me for my camera, but that's the way it looks. And I want to turn my camera off and turn it back on real quick. There we go, back where I started. Okay, so I'm going to try, there's like, most of these are shimmers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of the 15, wait a minute, 9 or 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are shimmers. So, you know, you're going to have shimmers no matter what. I'm going to go with, I really hate to do purple again, and plus I have navy blue on, which doesn't matter because anyway, I really want to stay away from this orange that's looking at me right now because I do a lot of that. I really do. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this weird color, weird funky terracotta brown color thing in the corner. A lot of kick up. Ooh, ooh. I usually don't tap it off in the pan. I usually tap it off in the trash, but I want you guys to see the kick up in this. And I'm going to tap it right here in the corner. See what I'm doing? And no, I only, you know, I just do this for me. I don't know what is going to work for you guys. And I wish I did have some training so I could say, if you have this kind of eye, do it this way, but I don't. I just tell you what works for me. And the reason I like this brush is because I can poke it in right there. Do you see what I'm doing? That's why I like this brush. I can pop it right in there, and then I just turn it a little bit so that the slant is facing up. Sometimes I forget I even have this brush, but that's what I do with that one. I got a new brush organizer from Sephora over the weekend. I used my points. And it's got little eyelashes on it, so I was able to take 3 little tiny things of brushes I have sitting around and put those in there. And then I'm bringing it right down along the lash line. And just blend it with the other. These are like, I'm blending these two together because they're very similar. This one's just a little darker. And then I'm flipping it to the point side, just kind of pulling it up. So it's got 3 purposes. It gets in your crease, blends up, and then you can do the point and pull out. And then I can also pull down. So it's got a lot of different uses to it. And then I'm going to take my flat brush and I'm going over to my bling brushes, and this is an E4, I think. I got the wrong one. I think I put it back in here over the weekend. Yeah, I did. I think it's E4. E4. Yes. And this is just a flat brush. I want to try to see how these shimmer colors work as a flat, and this is the Super Shock one, and I want to see how it works, and that's this one right here. I want to see how it works with the brush. So we're going to see. No, it does not. It doesn't pick anything up with the brush. So I'm going to use my finger. I know, like when I use the Super Shocks, like blushes and stuff, I have to use a flat, like a flathead brush. So I don't know how that would work in this instant, because they're really like spongy. They're really spongy. And they're like glitter, but they're not. But they do have like a glitter formula to them, but they don't bother me the way that glitter does most of the time. But they're really hard to work with. You just have to keep kind of building them and playing with them a bit. And they do emphasize texture and wrinkles, just to let you know that. So what I do is I put it on and then I pull it down a little bit. I'm sorry if I'm so far away from you guys. Let me try moving my mirror. My knees are really rough. Just like I kind of get out of whack on me. And I'm really digging into this pan, guys. I'm not really getting a lot of product. So you really have to build it up. But once it gets there, it's pretty. See what I mean? It's really pretty. Of course, with my hood, it's really hard to tell. So I do have to bring it up a little higher and blending it into those other colors. Okay. And then I'm going to kind of push down with this brush that I just tried to use. And now see, it's kind of going everywhere. I'm not blending with it, I'm just pushing it down. And then I'm going to grab that Triad brush again and put more of that brown color that we had. And I'm going to pull more down here now. And then just kind of keep turning my brush a little bit just to kind of get some on this corner. And I think I might want to try that green. I look bad in green though, but the green's kind of calling out to me with this. It really is. That's like a shock, isn't it? You know me, I don't do greens, but that green's really calling out to me, guys. It really, really is. It really, really is. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. I think so. We're gonna try it. Dry my hands off because I don't usually do it. So I think I want to try it. I think I'm gonna try it. This one's kind of soft too. This might be a Super Shock tube. I'm not really sure. I think it might be. Just feels a little different. Doesn't feel as pushy as that color. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm really going out of my comfort zone with this, guys. You know how I feel about greens. I did greens in another look recently, and I had reservations about the greens. And then what I'm doing is I'm just buffing it out as I pull it up. So it stays shimmery down here, but then just kind of buffing it up with my fingers. What do you think? What do you think? Is it looking okay to you guys? I'm just going to continue to layer. Now we'll go back with that original color. Bring it in a little further this time. I'm going to kind of connect it down to my nose. And then wing it out a little bit over here. And then for the top, I'm going to use, I had a brush over the weekend that worked really good for my, above my eyes, and I don't remember which one it was. because I took like so many brushes with me. I don't know if it was this brush or not. This is my 1520 brush. I just ordered some of these brushes. And I don't know if it has a number. Let me see. I think it does, actually. Well, it did. It did have one. But this is my 1520 brush. I got this in one of my boxes, and I don't remember which box that was in. And I'm going to grab this color right here. I just got to be really careful holding these up. But as you can see all the kick up from that one color. I'm so scared one of these pans are going to fall out. I'm just going to grab that around the tip. This would be a really pretty highlighter color, actually. Oh, that's really pretty. Let's see what that looks like on the inner corner. Wow. That color's really pretty. I'm going to actually use one of my Juno brushes for an inner highlighter color. This is, gosh, why can't I remember these? E8? I don't know. ES08. Aha! I remembered something. It's just a pointy brush. That's what it looks like. What do you think? I think I need to darken this corner just a little bit. So we're going to use that dark brown color that's in this pan. Palette. Whatever I'm trying to say. And I want to use that. I want to use a different brush. I'm going to use this little brush right here. If I can find it. Like I said, over the weekend I took some brushes with me. And I don't know if I'll put them all back in the same spot. This is this little tiny motor brush right here. It's a little tiny shader brush. Yeah, just teeny tiny. Teeny tiny little brush. This little brush right here. See how tiny that is? I'm just going to use that. And I'm going to grab some of this brown. It's dark brown. Really tiny. I mean, barely had any on there. I'm just going to slowly grab it in there. And then we'll put it just on the outside. And then I'm going to pull it down under. It's got a flat top to it. If you noticed, you see where it has that flat top to it. So it's easy to use underneath the eyes as a liner. And I put it like right in my lashes, so I don't put pressure on it. I just like barely graze, and then you can't really see from there, but I graze it. And as I get to the corner, that's when I apply my pressure. I'm really digging this look. It's really natural looking. This is definitely an everyday look. If you like shimmers, some people don't like shimmers. So if you don't like shimmers, this definitely would not be a palette for you because it's so full of shimmers. I mean, over half of it's shimmers. This one color though, I mean, this one is a semi-shimmer. And this is that. I'll show you again here in a minute. This color right here, it's not, I mean, it's a buildable color. It's a little shimmery. I mean, it's got like a little hint of shimmer to it, so it's not extremely shimmery, but still, I mean, the majority of the palette is shimmery, so if you don't like shimmers, then definitely don't get this palette. But I really like it. I'm glad I got it. That green, I'm surprised I like that green, but this, I like the neutral look every once in a while. I mean, I have their, you know, their really big pan that has a lot of the neutrals in it, but I really like this. I think it's really pretty. It makes me want to grab it. Like I want to grab the purples. You know, there's a lot of colors in here that I can see me gravitating toward. And the blushes are pretty. They're not over the top. You know, since I put that highlighter on, I'll have to go back and tap some more color in. But I just really like it. I think it's really pretty. And I probably am going to pick up some of that purple just to put underneath my eyes because I want to see how it works. But I just darkened that up just a little bit out here. And then I'm going to get that triad brush again, and I'll show you why. I'm not going to add any more to it. I'm just going to bring that up a little bit and blend it to that color. And then I want to get my M17, which is the brush I talk about every single time I do makeup, like every single time. And it's the pointy liner brush. I'm going to grab this dark purple down at the bottom, and it's the matte purple that's down here. And I'm just going to put it like from the midway. I'm just going to bring it in. It's just to brighten it up a little bit down here. Now, I need to go off camera and see if I can make the other side match this side. I'm going to darken my blush up a little bit. I'm going to put my mascara on. I'm trying a new mascara today. I got one from Sephora, and it's the new Urban Decay one. It's called Lash Freak. I think it's Urban Decay. Yeah, it's called Lash Freak. I'm going to try that and see, I'll see. I'll let you know what I think of it. But this is what we got so far. So I'm going to go off camera, do the other eye, clean it up a little bit, and then I'll be right back. Okay, my lovelies, I have returned. I'm going to bring you in, and we're going to talk. Okay, this is the completed look with mascara, eyeliner. Oh, I freaking love it, guys. I really, really do. I have green on my eyes, and I love it. So, as you can tell, maybe you can tell because my damn camera, but if it's focusing enough, I hope it is, so you guys can see what I did. Only thing different I did was I went in and added my Pixie eyeliner I got from my Ipsy add-on came today. It was supposed to come with my Ipsy bag and it did not, but it did come today. They goofed. They were supposed to send me a couple of different brushes and they didn't. They sent me some extra motor brushes I didn't order, so I emailed them. So we'll see what happens. But this is Pixie. It is the eye crayon and it is in the color Matte Mulberry. And this is the color that it is right here. And I thought it went perfect with this look. You really can't see it. Let me do this. This is the color that it is right there. So I think it's really, really good for what we did. I hate when my camera doesn't focus. I just don't understand why it's not focusing. Oh my god. Okay, guys, does anybody out there have a Canon G7X? If you do, how do you get the freaking thing to focus when you're up close? Because it just doesn't want to. It just doesn't want to focus. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong with this thing. Anyway, can you see it? Probably not. I'm gonna back it back up because I think it's the problem is that when I try to do up close, it doesn't want to if I'm already up close. But this is the color of that, and I hope it's coming in for you guys. Oh, there it is. What do you know? Anyway, I use that like here and a little bit underneath here, and then I used it right here in the corner. It doesn't do good as an inner rim. You can't really see it as an inner rim. It's there. It's just not very noticeable. But it kind of matches that purple just a little tiny bit. So I brought it like down here from the upper, like right here. So I used that, and then I just brought it, on the outside. And then I used this mascara, Miranda. I know you don't get a chance to watch a lot of videos, and guys, by the way, I am so far behind in watching people's videos, and I apologize. I really, really am so far behind in watching you guys' videos. Miranda did a video on this, and I have to watch it, but she told me, because I said something to her, that I would love this mascara. Sister, you were right. I freaking love it. It is called Lash Freak, and when I first opened it, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this wand? Because this is what the wand looks like, okay? It's different. It's really, really different. This side, I kept trying to put product on it, but it doesn't need product because, let me back it up because my camera's not going to focus up that close. It just doesn't do it. Okay, so now I'll bring it in. Now it'll focus. You see what I mean? It looks like there's going to be product that's supposed to be on that. There's no bristle there. Can you guys see that? There's no bristle. It's just bristle there. And then look, there's like a little bulb kind of on the end that goes all the way around. So it's really, really unique, really different. So as I spin it, see how that looks almost like a burr. You know the little burrs that you get when you got through the woods? That's what it reminds me of. And those burrs stick to like cats and dogs into your legs, and that's exactly what this does. It sticks to every little hair, and then you got that side there that you can kind of use to like hold your lashes up after you put it on. Okay, camera, thank you. That like after you put your mascara on, you can use it to kind of hold it up in place, kind of thing. It took me a minute because I kept trying to figure out how to use that one side, but it took me a minute. But I really, really like it. I mean, I really, really do. It's giving my Beaute a run for the money. And I didn't look the price of this up because I got this as a sample, like for my points or whatever it was. No, it was like when you spend so much, you get this. I am so glad I picked this. I have never been a fan of other mascaras, like Urban Decays, and I've never been a big fan. But this, oh my gosh. I used to be a huge fan of Roller Lash, and I've got 2 of them in my drawer. I've got, literally, I am not exaggerating when I say this, 30 different brands of mascara. This one, I will be buying a full size. I will be. I definitely will be, because I really, really like it. It's definitely going to take a place in my drawer. I'm probably going to be using that every day now, and putting my Bakerie to the side a little while. And then I'm going to be using this one, and we'll see how long it stays. We'll see if I get any kind of reaction. As long as I don't have any kind of itchy reaction, I'm going to use it. The Pixie liner is okay. We'll see how that holds up. We'll see if I get any reaction, because I have had problems with their liner. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And I use my white ColourPop gel liner in the inner rim. It's the only gel liner I can use in the inner rim on the bottom that doesn't cause a reaction. I love my Charlotte Tilbury. For the upper rim, I just didn't use it this time. And I haven't had to use it for the lower rim because it's black and brown. That's it. It's only 2 colors. That's the classic liner. So, you know, don't use it in my inner rim on the bottom. I use white to make my eyes look bigger. The palette. I can't say enough, guys. It's a 4 out of a 5 for me because the Super Shock shadows. I did find out this one, because if you, and I'm scared to turn it up. This one, if you push down on it, this one and the green, they're all Super Shock, which means they're a little harder to work with. You definitely have to use your finger. I did not try a wet brush. That possibly could work with it. Other than that, if you are used to using their Super Shock, I have used their Super Shock blushes and stuff before. Like I said, I use a flat top brush when I use their Super Shock. I'll show you what I use when I use their Super Shock. I use my Juno. This is what I use, a flat top, but I use their Super Shock highlighters and their Super Shock blushes. So I don't know if I was to use, like, let's say, I don't even know, maybe something like this that's got maybe a flatter top. If I was to use maybe that and try to put that Super Shock in there, I don't know whether, yeah, you have to use a flat top brush. It goes on better. It goes on better with a flat top brush. Finger, you know, obviously works better. Other than that, I freaking love it. I really, really do. The color story is beautiful. There's different ways you can use neutrals. You can use, if you were looking for a pop of color, it's got those pop of colors, but there's still like a neutral range. That green, come on. I have green on, and I like it. And I don't even wear green. Love it. I can definitely see me using this over and over. And, you know, I have a whole lot of makeup, guys. Mike and I talked this weekend about how much I have. Not in a bad way. We just talked about he's buying RC cars and he collects them the way I collect makeup. And I do. I'm a makeup collector. So I do have a lot. So, yeah, I do. But I like it. I collect it. That's what I do. So that's being said. The blushes, I like the blushes. You do have to play them up. And it says that. It's buildable. You do have to build it up. And I'm watching it off my face. Like, it's literally coming off. So it's not long lasting. Give it maybe a 3 because the colors are pretty. You just really have to work it up and hope that it stays, because you have to work it up. That's all I gotta say. But the colors are pretty. I like them, and I think it works with the look. The lip oil, by the way, has chamomile and calendula oil. So PJ, you will not be able to use this because it does have chamomile. I don't like them. They're good on the lips. They feel good on the lips for a lip oil, but as far as the hint of color, there is nothing there. It does not show any color at all. So if I was to have to buy these on their own, if I was looking for a color, no, there's no color. It does not show a color at all on the lip. None. And you know me, I gotta have color on my lip. And the only reason I'm not putting color on my lip now is because I have several boxes over here to go through, and some of these boxes might have lip colors in them, just saying. So I'm not going to put a lip color on. And this is a ColourPop video besides that Pixie and Urban Decay, but these I'm not happy with those. I maybe give them a 2 out of a 5 because there's supposed to be a hint of color and no color shows up at all on your lips. That's it. But other than that, I'm very happy I bought this. Would I buy it again? 100% would. I'm glad I did not get the one before this. I'm glad I waited and bought this one because I love it. I do. I love it. Oh, I'm so glad I got this. So guys, I definitely would recommend this 100% for 20 bucks for 15 shades. You cannot go wrong, guys. ColourPop is amazing. Their formulas are amazing. The price point amazing. As far as the blushes, $8 for just the blush, definitely. 15, no. 8, no. $4, maybe. $2, yeah. If you're looking for lip oil. $8, definitely not. Definitely not. I do not recommend that for $8. It's not worth $8. The blushes are definitely worth $8. Like I said, they're buildable, so if you want to take your blush brush and, you know, see what it does, and then you just blend it. You know, you just have to build it up. You build up what you want. You put as much as you want or as little as you want. If you're looking for a sheer look of color, blend it out. If you're looking for a lot of color, just keep adding. I was going to add some of this before I got back on camera. I just put what was left on my brush, but I'm just doing this for you so you can see. Just add it, and if you want to add this color on as a bronzer, like I did a little while ago, then, you know, there you go. See? It works. So just, you know, no matter what you want, whether you want a sheer tab of color there or whether you want a lot of color, it works. I'm done. I'm very happy I did this today. You know, I get days where, like, I knew I wanted to do makeup, but I have all of this here looking at me, and I'm like, and then I pick something, and I go with it. So glad I picked this. I really am. I'm really glad I picked this. And I love that it's affordable. And, you know, you guys, a lot of you out there, myself included, I don't like when I have expensive stuff that I have to review because it's hard for me to review stuff that's expensive. I like having it, but it's hard for me to review it for you guys. Because I know a lot of you guys out there, you know, it's hard to afford anything nowadays, much less pricey makeup. And I have a lot of pricey makeup. So when I'm looking at it, sitting here thinking, you know, how hard is this going to be to review this? Because a lot of my friends can't afford this, and I feel guilty for having it. So for me to go up there and say, oh yeah, you need to go buy this $120 palette. No, it's hard for me to do that. But for a $20 palette, it's a little easier. So guys, when this comes back in stock, you need to get it. I don't know whether it's at Ulta. I didn't look into that. Check Ulta, they may have it. Guys, thank you for being here with me and for being part of my life. If you have not become one of my lovelies, what are you waiting for? It doesn't cost anything, and I do a crap ton of giveaways, so it actually might benefit you to become one of my lovelies. Plus, you never know what is going to come out of my mouth. I haven't talked about my cancer journey for a while. I'm going to my oncologist Wednesday, so I probably will be talking about that this week sometime. Maybe next week. We'll see. We'll see what my upload schedule looks like. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget, when you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when I'm back again. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And be good to each other. And come back and see me. And stay safe. Bye, guys.